Well, that brings me to, I think, I believe, the mother of a virus that plagues a large part of humanity is expectation. I have a simple theory that I try to expect less because then I feel I'll be disappointed less. And I feel to curtail your expectation is possibly the toughest thing to do because we constantly expect from relationships, from the work we do,
You're
from
just
high
talking to the
energies.
wrong guy about this expectation. I have the highest expectation of every human being on the planet. And I know and I know they will disappoint me. I will die disappointed, but joyfully disappointed.
Now, joyful disappointment is a place, sir, that you've reached, but that is not an easy place to reach for most of us.
See, these things are not like that. To be joyful or miserable is essentially your choice. It's a choice that you're making within yourself. Maybe it's an unconscious choice. Anything that you do unconsciously, right now unconsciously my hand can fly. But what I can do unconsciously, I can do the same thing definitely consciously also, isn't it? This is the fundamental difference between being human and every other creature. We are not doing anything different from what they're doing. We are doing the same things, but we do it little more consciously. Suddenly it's a different affair altogether. Same things, we eat, they sleep, we sleep, they reproduce, we reproduce, they die, we die. Only thing is, we are doing it little more consciously. Suddenly it looks like another world by itself. We think we are above them, only because we can do the same silly little things little more consciously. So, if I can move my hand unconsciously, I can also move it consciously. If I can become joyful unconsciously, I can also become joyful consciously. If I am joyful because of my choice, suppose disappointments are thrown at me, I will be joyfully disappointed. And my expectations of people are very, very high. I have an impossible expectation, so I know I will die joyfully, blissfully disappointed because I know the nature of the world very well. I'm not somebody who lives in fancy la-la land.
So, abundant love and no curtail on expectation.
Oh, see, love is not a quantity, it's a quality. It is not that if you do certain amount of things you're loving, there's no such thing. You can sit here, eyes closed, not look at anybody and still be loving because it's essentially pleasantness of your emotion. How pleasant? I'm asking, is there any need to curtail pleasantness within you? Now I'm super pleasant, but if a child came, I might grab him and put him on my lap. If an adult comes, you don't do that. I'll do this, okay? A dog came, I'll just do this. But an adult comes, another person comes, you don't do this to them. I'm saying your expression will change from person to person, from relationship to relationship, what kind of intimacy and what kind of closeness you have with people. But does it mean to say that you should not do this with as much love as you hug somebody or kiss somebody? Should you not? Should you not do namaskaram with as much love as you hugged your child? Why not, I'm asking? Because there is no… See this, I'm trying to demolish the word abundance because when you say abundance, there is also scarcity. There is no such thing. It is neither abundant nor scarce. If you're willing, it's on, if you're not willing, it's off, that's all.
As simple as that.